Hello, this is Rena with Lilo Crafts, and today I am coming on to share bags and decorating bags and some ideas for tags on the inside, all while using the concept of layering. And one of my sweet subscribers asked if I could do a video that really talked a little bit more about layering. So Denise, this is for you, and at the end I am going to show you guys how to make this, how I layered this one up. So I've got a frame, and for those of you who saw, I recently hauled these frames in case you're wondering how you might use them. And I've got a sticker, I've got lace, and I made two coordinating tags for this one. I've got this one with book page and lace and a paper and a really pretty ribbon. It's like dusty pink with gold. On this one, I've got a piece of a doily, another sweet flower image, and I've got book page again, as well as some organza ribbon on the top, and all of this goes into this very sweet polka dotted bag, and I did get that polka dotted bag from Temu as well. Okay, next I've got this sweet one, and these papers that I'm using came in a stack of papers from Temu, and I believe they're like 3.5 by 5 or 4 by 6 size. And what I did with this frame is just took this frame and framed out a piece of that paper. And I love that. I inked the frames and I added a piece of fabric and a piece of lace over here to accent that. And then on this one, I used inking around the edges. And then I coffee dyed this wonderful time card. And I've got a header up here of fabric, a little piece of a doily up here, and a wax seal with a flower. I think that is so sweet. And when you turn, so this you can write on, and when you turn it over, look, I have my beet dyed paper as well as my coffee dyed paper up here. I folded it over the time card. I punched it with an edge punch, put a little bit of book page and a little bit of lace and these sweet little roses, embroidered roses. And I think this is such a great way to stick this in your journal. You can put it in as a pocket. This would be such beautiful happy mail. Don't you think this would be a great way to decorate a pocket up, to send some friend a happy mail, or to write a really fun note to affirm your friend as you give her something on the inside? Also, I've got this sweet one with a birdie, and I've got lace, and then this is some of that beautiful trim that Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic sells. Oh, I love it. It comes straight from India. I've got a little piece of mint, like ribbon over here. It's really like a lace. And I've got the other frame, and I've got a little picture of a bird. You can take any picture from a book, from a magazine. You don't even have to buy anything from junk mail. I found this little card in my stash, and it says, "A little birdie told me." And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cute with the birds. But you know what? The little card wasn't long enough. So what I did was I just added a scrap piece of paper that I had. I glued them together, and then I put washi tape over it, and then on the back I added a sweet little bird sticker, a washi sticker to tie that in. Again, beautiful journaling spots or notes to friends, to a coworker who might even need encouragement, and a beautiful way to give a gift card as well. And then I've got this sweet one, and this time I wrote a scripture, and it says, "For we are God's masterpiece." That's Ephesians 2:10a. And this is on paper. I wrote that on paper that already has a printing of lace, and I've got that beautiful frame, and then I added white lace to this bag to tie in really the white on the frame. And this bag is like a waxy bag, a paper bag that I coffee dyed, and I've got these sweet little raised balls over here. And then I thought it would be so sweet to have that little girl's eyes peeking out. And this is a pre-made tag, so there's no reason why you can't use pre-made tags in your creations or journal cards. And what I did was I just inked around the back, and this is really fuzzy yarn that I tied into a double bow back there just for some texture. I think part of the fun of journaling and even just exploring these journals, a lot of people just keep them for their enjoyment, is touching all the different textures. So I like to include different textures in my creations. Okay, and the last bag is this one. And don't forget, if you want to see how I made this one or hear a little bit more about layering, stay tuned after this. Okay, so I've got this bag, which is a little bigger. So any size bag works. They're all different sizes that I have. I put a piece of lace down here. I inked over it. I had this scrap of this paper that I had already sewn. So I just folded it up like a ruffle and I hot glued in between those. And then I added a piece of this awesome tape that Dale shared with me. And this is a fussy cut, and I've got a sweet little bow over here that I inked up to knock down the white. And you can see that this bag even has a picture of a doily in the background. So that is so pretty. And then what I put on the inside is an envelope that I'm using as a tag. Okay, so I coffee dyed these envelopes yesterday, and it was a fail because they stuck together. So I have to learn on how to do that. I know you can get a kick out of it, but I wasn't going to throw it away because I think this is perfect for journaling on. And I went ahead and cut down this side in the front. So I will stick some additional somethings into there. And on this one, I've got, again, a beautiful wax seal. I have this pretty lace, another scrap of that paper. This time it's not ruffled, and another fussy cut flower. So I think that is so sweet. And another wonderful little sack to put, you know, into a journal or with a journal, or just even to carry around something pretty that you might want to jot your shopping list down on. I think sometimes doing mundane tasks, if we have pretty things, makes it nicer. So if you want to see this tutorial, stay tuned. And if before you head on out, if you like this video, I'd so appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and a comment, or even share it. Okay, so the first time I tried to put that sticker on, it was a fail. I got it all wrinkled, so I pulled it off from the bag, and it did a little bit of distressing on it, which is great with me because, you know, this is going to be a little bit vintage. If you want to try to disguise it, you could put a little bit of inking on it. Okay, so let's try a different method with this one. What I am going to do, since I opened the bottom, is start with the bottom and then pull up to release the sticker. Oh, that works so much better. Okay, so that's the right way to do it. Start on one end, put it down, and then draw it through it. Okay, I think that looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, I know I wanted to use this frame, and I wanted to add a little bit of lace on that. I love the way that that looks. So again, I'm going to take this lace, and I am barely gonna touch it with this vintage photo because I like the bright white frame against this brown. I think it really shows up nice. And so I'm just gonna apply a little bit of hot glue. Okay, I'm gonna put my lace in there, draw it to the end. Okay. And I always want to make sure, especially, that the edges are stuck down. Okay, the same on this side. Add a little bit more there. Okay, and now we have this beautiful frame, and I do want to go around the outside of this frame. I love how ornate this one is, and I think by hitting the outside of the frame with this vintage photo, it is helping the inside pop even more. And you know, just the corners, I think, touch them a little bit more. Okay, oh, I love that. I think that is so pretty. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna glue this down. I tend to like things slightly off center, which is why I am not centering it to this. But if you like things in the center, go right ahead, right? You've got to do what is pleasing to your eye, what you think aesthetically looks good. Okay, I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, so then what I thought we could do is make 2 quick tags to go on the inside. So I have this scrap piece of cardstock, and it's an advertisement, but it's plain on the back. So I think that's perfect for writing on. So what I was thinking was using this. Oh, this is an 1800s book page. And then I was thinking about putting that lace on the edge like that. Okay, I'm gonna definitely do that. So let me get my glue. Okay, about like that. I do like this raggedy edge because I did tear that, and so what I'm gonna do is go all the way up the top, all the way down the side of this, and across the top. Okay, and push down. So now that I've got that on there, what I want to do is just bend this, and this paper, since it's so old, it's so super brittle and really easy to tear. So I am just going to tear it. Then I have this little corner thingamajiggy I made, a little template with more of these kinds of cards, and this is pretty tall, so I think I'm going to do this little deeper V. So what I did was I just glued some cardstock together basically, and then I cut some angles on it. And when you line it up to the top and the bottom of your page, it gives you a guiding line to cut so that your corners will always be even. So simple and easy, and such a great tool to have. Okay, next what I want to do is I want to cut some of this border, or this part which would maybe attach in your garment so it wouldn't show. I'm going to cut this part off, but I'm going to save that because that might be great background for something. And okay, this is the piece that I want to put on here. So first let's glue this down first. If I have troubles, then I always will go back to my hot glue, because hot glue seems to just dry instantly and hold things in place really well. So that's what I'm going to do here. Go back to hot glue. 2 little lines. So we've got our piece glued down, and then we've got this. It's slightly crooked, so I'm just going to cut around the top of this. Okay. So what I think I want to do is do that and then wrap this around. Right? Isn't that fun? Yes! Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften these corners and ink around. Okay, so we've got that. I love that. And I'm just going to fold this part over here. Going to glue that down as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and ink around these edges on the back. I like to go a little heavier around the edges and the corners, as if somebody had been touching them. And I'm going to do this on the front as well. And if you want a little more ink on your paper, like I'm doing this time, angle your whatever you're using to apply your ink onto the paper, rather than if you just want the edges, you go up and down. But if you want a little bit more on the paper, kind of go at an angle, tilt it into that. Okay, I love that. Okay, I think I'm gonna punch a hole in it. So I am going to get approximately in the middle. I'm going to use my little slot punch that my son gave me for Christmas last year. I'll go around this. Okay, so there we have it. We can go ahead and put that in there, and I think like some seam binding would look so pretty tied in a bow on the top of that. And please forgive my dog. He is barking at the deer. Are the 5 envelopes. I so appreciate you spending time with me today, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.